sure that you get it done as much as possible, because as you are thinking it in your mind, someone else beside you might be thinking the same way, and you'll now be saying that somebody hijacked your potential, your idea from you. So
Imagine if Rihanna had not given us that song that year, I would have sung the song.
You could
I would
have.
have sung the song this
That
year.
would have been a big
well,
deal.
it's not too late. You can still
But
sing
she
your own
was
version.
smart. She came up with her own first of before I built my
You
own.
can still sing your own
Because I've
version.
written my own song. I've not gone to the studio.
It's not too late.
And it's the same lyric, the same
Word
Can you
for word.
imagine?
word for word.
Can you imagine?
I don't know how she
No,
was
but the
able
voice
to.
will be different now, so
Of
you can
course,
still sing
I
your
can
own
still
version.
sing. Okay. No,
Then
it was because of the advice we were
you can
giving
use
us.
your accent.
Oh, Benin, yeah, it's that one now.
Okay, we welcome you to the headline review segment with Bayo Ogundime. Good morning.
Good
Good to have
morning,
you.
Nigerians. Good morning, my people in the studio. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a beautiful Wednesday morning, and indeed, we have so much on our plate. Let's start with the education sector. One of the reports in the national dailies this morning says NUC has approved University of Agriculture climate action for Niger State. The Nigerian Universities Commission, NUC, has approved the establishment of Awobajo University of Agriculture and Climate Action, Mokwa, Niger State, as the 65th state university and 277th in Nigeria. So if you don't have those figures, go and keep it. Now, the certificate of recognition was presented to the governor, Awobajo, by the pro-chancellor of Abdulkadir Kure University, Professor Muhammad Kota Yahya Emena, on Tuesday. Now, Bio, the issue is, if you've been following the ASU, they have been saying it's not as if it is bad to have more numbers, but quality of what we have is more important, but we still keep having more.
Well, you are right. The quality is much more important. What is the essence of having a university that is not going to be well funded and well managed? Well, the only difference here is that the new University of Agriculture is a state-owned one. If it had been the other way around, maybe federal, I would have said that I think we have had enough. Uh, but beyond whatever we are talking about, it is important to look at the argument of ASU. If you get to some of these universities, I work in one, I work in Funab, you discover that they more or less have lost the beat and the steam. The lecturers are not there. It is not that the workforce is not there, but it is the fact that the government is not doing the needful in terms of proper management and funding of these various universities. So if you have them in number, then and you don't have them bring out quality and teaching, how are the products from those universities going to compete with others in the world? So this should be something that should agitate our minds. It's not about creating, it's not about I want to have my own state university, I want to have my own specialized university or what have you. It is about the government at whatever level, be it state or federal. I'm not sure that a local government will come up to say it wants to own a university because of the cost involved. But be that as it may, either at the state or at the federal level, it is important for those bringing up these universities to ensure that when they are created like that, they are given the needed encouragement and what they will need to function effectively as a citadel of learning. So I want to join my voice with that of ASU in complaining, so to say, that we have had enough of this creation of universities. And if we are going to have more, we may say it is desirable, but it becomes an issue when, at the end of the day, those institutions are not funded well. That's
Uh,
my take.
okay, so let's move on to this next review. FG arrests 10 Interpol wanted suspects in 1 week. The federal government has said it apprehended It apprehended some set of suspects. It apprehended at least 10 persons on Interpol's watch list while entering Nigeria. The Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubunmi Tunjiojo, led this out to President Bola Tinubu at the unveiling of the Technology Innovation Complex at the Nigerian Immigration Service headquarters in Abuja on Tuesday. How do you feel about this?
Well, I think it's a good news. It must be that our the agencies responsible for all these kind of things are waking up. If we're able to have 10, that's a whopping number in a week. I think it is good, but I think it shouldn't also stop there. We should move ahead to ensuring that our borders are not polarized, our borders are well taken care of, and that those that have been arrested, whatever infractions they must have been involved in, the, the relevant agencies should ensure that they are brought to book properly. So that it won't be that some time to come we start hearing the news that maybe some of them have what do we call it, escaped again and all of that. We have so many cases like that I mean, criminals or be arrested, and before you know it, you hear it in the news again that some of them have escaped under very funny circumstances. Yes, kudos to those responsible for this. I think when they do well, we should be able to, I mean, say
Commend
it
them.
and commend them and encourage them to do more. I think it's okay. It gladdens one's heart that they were able to do that.
Hmm. All right. For a very long time, I've been thinking what's actually the dreams around the festive periods when it's either Kabir, either Fitri, Christmas, Easter, and the rest of
Yeah.
them. It starts with Pepe. Everything does go up. Rice, chicken now they say is about 25,000, 30,000. As if something will happen that will make people feel uncomfortable. And it's like naira scarcity is joining the current such scarcity now. Let's call for investigation of scarcity of naira notes. We saw this last year, or was it year before, and now it is recurring again. And Nigerians are worried. Now, it's reported in the papers this morning that reps are calling for investigation of scarcity of naira notes, reporting the nation the investigation into the current scarcity of currency notes in commercial banks to address the hardship being experienced by Nigerians. Adopting a motion of urgent public importance by Representative Uguru Emmanuel, the House asked the Central Bank of Nigeria to immediately address the issue of scarcity of the naira notes and call the commercial banks to order if it is not responsible for the hardship. Oh, you want something?
We've been flashing you since. We've been flashing you.
What's it, one million?
Sorry. Àwọn èèyàn ti ń ta chicken. Ibi tó bá fẹ́ chicken tó láwùn lára. Ní àbí tẹ̀sẹ̀ kan.
We should have expected it. How do I mean? Some weeks ago, you recall that there was a notice that trended on social media about the central bank saying it was going to withdraw the old currency notes.
Mhm.
and that the new ones will be the one that would be recognized. But of course, also immediately the CBN came out to say no. It's that the notice did not come from it, from the agency. And I also recall that the House of Representatives at that point in time also uh, sent for the management of the CBN to have a word, probably with the agency. You see, Nigerians have a cunning way of creating all this kind of hula baloo, especially when we want to be selfish. You recall the one we were talking about almost 2 years ago. And again, that time the incumbent president was contesting, and there were a series of things that happened then. The naira was scarce, fuel was scarce, and all of that. I think it's a way of adding to the already existing suffering of Nigerians. And when you go to parties, Debo, Titi, when you go to parties, you find those hawking the new naira notes. Then you wonder where
They get them from.
yes.
Hmm.
And now somebody is saying that naira is going to be scarce and what have you. You go to the banks, even your bank, you talk to your account officer or whoever is attending to you that you want to have some new notes. You'll be shocked when they tell you that they don't have. But go to any party the following Saturday, you find these things trending. Everybody, um, selling. It has become the in thing now. So the House of Representatives has done well in, calling for a caution, and I think it's not enough for the House to just stop at that. The executive arm, under whose control the CBN is, to also issue a statement, especially the Ministry of Finance that controls the CBN is an agency under the Ministry of Finance. Uh, if there's going to be scarcity at all, then we need to know why such is going to happen, because the two currencies are running pari passu, the old one and the new one. So is it that the CBN is not printing enough? Is it that it's a ploy to, I don't know, punish Nigerians, or is it that that's another economic policy or method of curbing inflation?
Or is it that the commercial banks are responsible for the
But
hardship?
you ask the question, why would they want to hoard it?
Hmm.
Is it that they want to sell to those that are selling at parties at a very higher rate, or what? So it's just we should just not uh, gloss over it. Nigerians should cry out to say yes. We are going to the festive period, and Nigerians should not. We have enough suffering already, and that one should not be. Honestly, it should not be added to it. Just like we talk of the K-leg chicken and all of that. But God forbid that we go for, because a lot of dangers are also inherent in doing that. But beyond that, of course, we know that when it is festive period like this, we also know that there will be an upsurge of the demand for such things. And all of us here were at one time or the other students of economics. When the demand is higher than what it is supplied, then price is sure to go up. But let us just hope that this time around Nigerians will not have to add the issue of scarcity of the needed currency to the already existing hardship that we are going through.
Okay, now, during the year 2019, 2020, we experienced in COVID-19,
Yes.
and at some point, everybody was
We were locked in.
locked down. So, we are having a new COVID-19 variant now. So the reps are telling those concerned, that is the point, those people at the point of entry, that they should be guarded, they should be guided, so that they will be checking, those people coming from the foreign countries. We're in the festive period, so we are
There'll be a lot
liable
of
to get so
influx.
influx of people entering the country. So new COVID-19 variant, reps want strict surveillance at entry points. The House of Reps on Tuesday asked the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare and other relevant government agencies to ensure surveillance method is intensified at all international borders and point of entry into the country to check a possible outbreak of the new COVID-19 variant announced recently by the World Health Organization. But now, the fear of Nigerians is that, our borders are so porous. What's your take on this? How do we ensure that we don't have an entrants who are infected with this new COVID-19 variant?
Yeah, thank you so much, Titi. Recall that the news came again via the social media. A lot of us read it on the social media that a new variant has been discovered and interviewed. And some days after, the federal government agency in charge of this kind of thing came out to say that the variant hasn't actually been seen or found in Nigeria. But the fact that it's either here or not, it is important, just like you have said, that our various borders through which people come into the country are put surveillance. We have all our immigration officers. If you travel, if you are traveling out, you see the difference between our immigration officers and the ones in the country that you are visiting. More often than not, and it's not that one is casting aspersions on our immigration officers. More often than not, the focus is not on ensuring that those that are coming in are not carriers of some of these scary things that we are talking about. And Nigerians, or those listening, we know, and those who actually must have traveled out will know what I'm talking about. The focus will be on what you can put down at the desk, so that you want to know where you traveled to, how did you fare there, and what do you bring for us. Now you find that if care is not taken, yes, it has been denied that that variant is not yet in the country. Let us pray it doesn't come, so that we don't have any lockdown again. Because this time around, any lockdown will stifle Nigeria and Nigerians. The economy is in a very bad shape, and you have to look at all that. So let us just hope that the federal government will do the needful, and we want to thank the House of Rep for coming in.
While you're continuing still here, we're looking at different issues in the national dailies together this morning, and we still have a couple of them. Let's take one or two more, then we open the lines. Lagos warns against expired products in markets. Vanguard is writing, saying that the Lagos state government has urged residents to exercise caution when purchasing goods following the discovery of expired products in circulation. This one comes as the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency prepares to prosecute owner of a superstore in the state for endangering public health and selling expired items. Now, obviously, this person that is to be prosecuted will not be the only person in such a business. We have had a couple of them, who have been discovered lately. And then, whether we know it or not, the market generally is rife with so many products that are unregulated, unscreened before they go to the market. So, the entire members of the public will be at the mercy of these people. And at the same time, whether we like it or not, we need to also look at the competence and the effectiveness of those who have the responsibility to screen, to check, to regulate what equates to the market to the final consumer. So there are so many issues in this. So how do we go about it? Me, that I don't know my left from my right. So how do we go about this?
Well, let's take it from the point at which you concluded the competence of those that are responsible for such a regulation. I don't want to believe that they are not competent. I think before they will be brought in to come to that very, very important part of or section of our life, whoever is responsible for bringing them in, that is those that will be working there, will have the responsibility of ensuring that the experts are brought in. But beyond what we are talking about is the issue of corruption and the heartlessness of some Nigerians. Yes, it is at that level that we have to look at it. For heaven's sake, why will you go and saturate the market with products that you know will kill, or that is expired, or that will kill? Well, of course, any expired item when it is consumed is a potent danger for our lives. So why would anybody in his right senses or in his right conscience do that? So I think we need to appeal to our consciences in this country. There is a need for us to do that. That it is not all about money. What do you want to use money for after you must have satisfied yourself with whatever you need? Titi, I think the Bible passage says, "Give me neither riches nor allow me to be poor. When I'm too rich, I may not know who God is, and when I'm too poor, then I will deny God." If you are comfortable, if you have what you need at any point in time, why do you want to endanger the lives of others? So government should, the relevant agencies, I want to appeal to up their activities and be more vigilant. But beyond that, how do you identify a product that has expired? If, for instance, the expiry date is removed and a new one is cleverly put in that
You may
place,
never know.
one will never know. You look at it, okay, this one will expire in 2026. So you think that you feel safe. I think the best is for us to appeal to the consciences of Nigerians, and we pray. Some people believe that if you want to take anything, if you want to eat your food, for instance, or you want to take your drug, my wife will tell me you have to bless it. When you do that, that is the level of our faith.
Yeah.
That when you do that, whatever impurities that may be contained, you will have removed it. But beyond that, it shouldn't be taken with a kid glove.
Okay, now
it should be upped. The what do I call it? The need for us to look at those areas very well should be stretched.
Now, on the part of the government, don't you think, like we used to have a way back when an item, when a good is being expired, there is a kind of public service announcement to inform people to be aware that this kind of product is expired. Do not take this kind of product again. But nothing to that effect.
But I think those good old days are gone. Those were especially the days of Dora Apoyile.
The standard thing.
Yes, the fear of Dora Apoyile then was the beginning of wisdom. what is NAFDAC also doing? Then all the state governments should, just like Governor Sanwo-Olu is saying in Lagos, all the state governors should come up and ensure that the relevant bodies that should be responsible for this are empowered to ensure that they do that. Not only that, the empowerment will also include fortifying them security wise, because these people who are engaged in this thing are ready for it. Alaba, for instance, and you're looking for pirated copies of whatever. If you are not careful, you may not come out alive. Those people doing these things are very, very powerful. They have the money, and they ensure that it turns its attention to that area. Not for anything, but because the lives of Nigerians should be much more important than somebody who wants to make an easy money and will go to the party on Saturdays and start flaunting and ill-gotten wealth.
Okay, now let's take a look at Yahya Bello's story. Court remands the White Lion himself. Court remands Yahya Bello in prison over 110 billion naira fraud case. A high court in Abuja has ordered the detention of former Kogi State Governor Alhaji Yahya Bello at Kuje Correctional Center over alleged involvement in a 110 billion naira fraud.
Well, Titi, I would say that I'm not excited about that. We are just into the commencement of the case, and I would say for now, the way I would see it, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong, is that we are just playing to the gallery for now. That's the way I would see it. Did you know how long it took for Yahya Bello to be apprehended? Is it that the man was not in Nigeria then? Is it that our police or law enforcement, the several law enforcement agencies do the needful? Now we are in the courts, and you see the case has just started. It's about 110 point something billion naira fraud. If somebody is having that quantum of money in his kitty, that person and that person can do anything with that money to get himself freed. So let's see how it goes. But I'm not excited.
Okay. 0803-437-9453 and 0815-032-0226. On some of the issues raised this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Oh, to God be the glory, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay now. Okay.
Okay, should I be adding that to my name now?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Senior analyst of Nigeria.
Okay,
Thank you so
now.
much, Humphrey. Thank you, sir. Yes. Started.
into circulation. Well, Nigeria is Nigeria is my country. I love my country, and I don't want to go anywhere.
And you no go lie.
I don't go die, but if you push me, I will push out.
Okay, now.
I want people to push it down. People who are honest about this country who are very patriotic, they are not really good. They are not pushing it. They don't have the power to push it down. That's what people are trying to push it down and all that. And these are the young man, but just in respect for the training, people like us. We should have the power to speak. Also, not just back, but also to fight.
The White Lion.
He was hiding for many months. And I can tell you that has been landed because they must have made all attempts to destroy evidence, to manipulate evidence.
Possibly.
Coming out. I hope they will not slip out of the net. I think it was a best plan for them to slip out of the net of the FCC. That's not good and safe. Nigeria is the country where everything can happen. And somebody has said, you want to save money in this country. Save so much money that we have enough money
To spread round.
out. I have a sister man,
Housing units.
I saw a video. People driving through the for hours in this country.
It's investment. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Awobajo. 0803-437-9453 and 0815-032-0226. Still with the Bio Kunjimo on the headline review segment this midweek.
All right, court denies Farotimi bail. Adjourns case to 20th of December. The Vanguard has this story. And it says the magistrate court sitting in Adeyinka has denied the human rights activist Mr. Dele Farotimi bail. In the ruling, at the resumed sitting on Thursday, the presiding magistrate Justice Awobajo adjourned the application of bail on December the 20th. Something Oshobo proved that the bail application defendant was incompetent and irregular. Well, this Farotimi case is an interesting episode.
Quite interesting.
Coming in series, one after the other. But where is this case likely going?
Well, the way I see it is that it's going to drag for a very long time. If you have read through the series of arguments, it's more of politics. The arguments now have been: is it a civil matter or a criminal matter? That's one. Two. Some people are also looking at the veracity of arresting a man in Lagos and taking him to Ekiti for prosecution. Now, I have been following it and I've been reading a lot of arguments and the standpoints of people. There are various interests that have been shown in this case. But I think that there is more to it than meets the eye. I don't want to be.
Of course, it's a case in court. So
Yes, one has to be very, very careful. Yes. But I think it's something that is not going to end so soon. And I think that Dele Farotimi should. I think he's a man that will take it the way it is coming. Let's see how the legal luminaries and this will go through it, and let's see how the legal fireworks will go. But to me, I see more of politics there. I see a lot of muscle flexing. There are those who are and those who are against. Just yesterday, Another son went to court, slamming a 500 million naira libel suit also against Farotimi. I think people, it will seem that they were waiting for somebody to bail the cat before the plethora of what we are having will start coming out. Of course, and Farotimi is a fiery critic of whatever it is going on in Nigeria. I mean, I remember saying it about a series of our appearances ago that maybe is the person that is coming to replace somebody like the late Chief Gani Fawemi. Yes, Femi Falana has been trying, but I think age is also taking its toll. But beyond that, let's see how it goes. But I think giving a bail in this kind of circumstance shouldn't be something that is so difficult for the courts. But I'm seeing a kind of a kind of okay, he knows how to talk. Now he's in our net. Then we will deal with him.
Okay, we see how it ends.
I think that is
we see how it ends. The implication not just for the Nigerian society.
It's an international thing. It's
Yes.
all over. I mean, the whole world is watching us to see how, and then we need to also look what's the position, what the true position is. Is it a civil case? Is it a criminal case when somebody is defamed? Is it really, is defamation a criminal issue? Is it a criminal offense, or it should be taken at the level of being a civil issue? Let's see how it goes. But it's not yet cool the way I'm seeing it, and I'm sure that for someone like Dele Farotimi, he should and must be prepared for it. And I'm not sure that I'm just looking at it that the man may not really care. He's also a fiery fighter, and he has some support too. Let's see how it goes.
Yes, we'll see how it goes, no doubt. If you still want to be part of this program to tell us what you think about some of these issues raised this morning, 0803 437 9453 and 0815 032 0226.
Just 2 days ago, OGBC up 48. What do you have to say about that?
Titi, I would say that I love this station so much. Maybe because when it came into being, some of us were still very, 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 very young then, but we remember a lot of those programs that OGBC was noted for then.
Okay.
I recall in my days as a student of African Church Grammar School, Abeokuta here, be a program that was called Choral Half Hour then.
Okay.
As a member of the school choir, I was in the tenor group, and we were being led by the late Baba.
You sang tenor with this voice?
Yes,
Okay,
I sing
back,
tenor.
Sean.
I sing
You
tenor.
still sing?
I still sing
sing.
tenor.
That's interesting.
And so in those days, we used to listen to the likes of Baba Wole Owosheni in this your Ejire program.
So many
Ejire o, Ejire o, Ejire o, Ejire. Ọmọ Oòduà gbogbo yín la ké. All these things are gone.
So many
So gbaladun. The likes of Olusesan, Ishola. OGBC is a station that has trained a lot of journalists or broadcasters, so to say. And I remember in those days, my late dad would insist that we sit and listen to some of the programs because they were full of lessons for us, full of lessons for our future and all of that. I pray that the good old glory will come back. This is a
Amen.
very beautiful station. 48 years in the saddle. Oh God, I want to plead with our governor. He's a listening governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun. Please, let's see how we can continue to make this station the model that it has always been. December period is a period that we all will look forward to them because we know we programs, we listen to a lot of jingles and all of that on OGBC. We want to see all those things come back.
Okay.
I wish the station the very best in the many years to come.
Amen.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. Bayo Ogundimo is a social commentator, and I guess this morning I thought it was going to ask for a birthday cake from him. But don't worry,
But you didn't.
we will give you our own birthday
Because you didn't
celebrate.
invite me for celebration. I was expecting that you will at least have
Don't worry.
invited someone like someone like us that will come and
The party
share
is
in the joy, regardless of whether party was going to hold or not.
okay.
Some of us have this very nostalgic feelings
Thank you very
of
much.
what
Sir.
OGBC used
I
to be.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you so
We
much.
are hopeful that it will bounce back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bayo Gujimo. It's been a worthwhile time out with you on this program today, and to the production crew. As editors, we have Titilope and Kimson Lemon. Daniel Okichuku has been in charge of ICT. Femi Akela has been the producer at the SN, the studio manager, and Shola Onide has been the producer. My name is Titilope Awobajo. Stay tuned for editorial review very shortly.
And I'm Debo Adeyinka. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.